What's up, guys? Good Friday afternoon. We've got a little bit of an injury update. We've got the statuses for Sunday's game in New Orleans. We've got some statuses. Going to talk about it real quick here. It's not bad. It's got some concerns, but overall, you would say it's not too bad for the Seahawks. The Saints, they wish they had a few extra days off probably for this one, but we'll get to that in a second here. So we're going to start on the Seahawks side of things. We have one player designated as out, Derek Young. And Derek Young doesn't really play that much. However, he might have played a little bit more against the Saints because, well, Marquise Goodwin is questionable. So you've got Lockett, you've got Metcalf. Goodwin's been your number 3 receiver pretty much all year. He's questionable. He did not practice today. So you do have to wonder a little bit about his availability, and if he doesn't go, then Derek probably would have played more, because Eskridge is starting to play a little bit more, but you can't really call him the number 3 receiver because of the way we utilize him. It's more like he's a gadget player. So we'll see about Goodwin. I don't have a great feeling about it, so honestly, I kind of expect this team to call up either Cade Johnson or Bo Melton. Get one of those guys at least activated and have a little bit of receiver depth for this game. So that's the receiver situation. Coleman is questionable, which is better than doubtful, which is what he's been. So Justin Coleman has a chance to play. He did have a limited practice on Friday, today. So I think that Coleman has a good chance. And again, I know Coleman is an aging veteran who doesn't have much left. That much is relatively obvious. But it also needs to be said that our nickel corner spot has been a problem so far this year because of Kobe. So if Justin Coleman can be even a small improvement there, because even though Kobe didn't play a bad game against the Lions, he still gave up over 100 yards in coverage, I think. Might have been like 99. So I want to see Coleman out there at least some, because I don't know if this is helping Kobe. It's hard to tell, right? It's hard for us to really know. But my sense is that Kobe is not... I don't see how this can be helping him to just get roasted over and over and over again. And I know he's playing slightly better, but still, I wouldn't mind sending Coleman out there. And if he gets beat a few times, it's okay. He played pretty well against the Broncos, honestly. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was. So, hoping Coleman can go. The only other questionable player is Ken Walker. And he probably shouldn't be playing that much right now because Penny had such a good game and Penny's in such a good situation. And Penny, he kind of needs to be the guy for now. But with Travis Homer also out, it leaves you potentially thin at running back. So I don't know exactly how you're going to see things shake out. My sense is that Ken Walker will play. He probably won't play that much, but he probably wasn't going to play that much anyway. We do know that Rashad Penny's not on this injury report, so there's no concern there. He had a shoulder injury, but I get the sense it was incredibly minor and not a real concern at all. So I believe that Ken Walker will play some, but he's going to have very limited snaps, and he probably should. He's clearly not the best running back on this roster. DJ Dallas, I trust him to play a few snaps in this game if he needs to. It looks like he's going to have to. And we may see another call-up. We may see another practice squad promotion for a week here to fill the hole at running back. It's at least possible. We can't go into this game with 2 running backs. So, other than that, everything's good. Damian Lewis, good. Quentin Jefferson, good. Phil Haynes, good. Al Woods, Poona Ford, everything else is good. These guys are playing. So, pretty good for these Seahawks. Not so good for the Saints, however. And this is the injury report I just pulled from the Saints official website. They have problems. So, let's start with the big ones. Jameis Winston is doubtful, but Dennis Allen has already said he's not going to play. So, no Jameis Winston. No Michael Thomas, he's out. No Calvin Throckmorton, who is not a starting guard, but he is probably their first guy off the bench if they have problems in the interior of their offensive line. With Andrews Pete coming off, I believe, a concussion, you do have to look at that and wonder if he would have played in this game if not for his health issues. So that's the offensive problems they have right now. It's significant. They're also missing Peyton Turner, defensive end, and they're missing P.J. Williams, safety. Both those guys play roles within that defense. Not huge ones, not massive ones. They're not the most important players on that team. But they have a role to play for sure. Marcus May is questionable. I kind of expect him to play. Andrews Pete, I already mentioned the concussion. He's questionable, but I think he's going to play. He's practiced in full the last 2 days. Kamara sounds like he's going to go. Landry sounds like he's going to go, although he did not practice on Friday, so it's worth keeping an eye on. Taysom Hill and Carl Granderson are fine. And yeah, that is a significant amount of injuries. That's a big chunk of your offense, big chunk of your defense. So there's no doubt who the healthier team is going into this game. And you look at this offense, we're getting Andy Dalton. And I know Andy Dalton played really well against the Seahawks last time we played. I know he's a capable backup, a capable veteran quarterback. But at the end of the day, if he was better than Jameis Winston would not be starting. So that right there is a big advantage, Seahawks. And yeah, when you add all this stuff up, you wonder if maybe this team can make something special happen, score an upset. It is in the Superdome. The Saints are still not a terrible team, and you're going to get their best shot. And I'm going to talk more about this tomorrow in my pregame video. But you take a look at what the Saints are bringing to bear. Down their number one receiver, down their number one quarterback. And don't discount the fact that some of these guys are playing through injuries. Like, do you think Andrews Pete is going to be all there with coming off a concussion? Is Marcus May going to be all there, limited practice all week? Like, these things matter. These things definitely matter. So, significant. Very, very significant. And hopefully this team can take advantage. That's really all I can say. Obviously, this offense has been playing really well the last 2 games. And there are some things that they can take advantage of here. And look, for as much as the offense has played pretty well, the defense is not. And you're playing a backup quarterback. You're getting a team weak at wide receiver because they're missing Michael Thomas and maybe even Jarvis Landry. You've got some question marks on that offensive line as well. It's time to put a skin on the wall here. Okay, you put a little bit of a skin on the wall against Denver, holding them to 16 points, but since then it's been tough. So if this defense is going to have any kind of pride in themselves, if this defense is going to bring anything to bear in terms of saying we are an NFL defense, we can stop some people. Maybe we're not going to be great this year, maybe not good, maybe not even average, but this is going to be one of the games we show up for. Great opportunity to do so. I know Andy Dalton, like I said, capable veteran. He's not Nathan Peterman. But Andy Dalton doesn't have the arm he used to have, doesn't have the tools that he used to have. He doesn't have those things anymore. You can definitely force him into some mistakes here. I'll talk. You know what? I'm going to talk more about this tomorrow in the pregame video. But yeah, Saints, a lot of issues on their injury report. Seahawks, not so much. I don't know what's going on with LJ Collier. I honestly don't really expect him to play, even if he is healthy. But maybe we'll see a little bit of LJ Collier, and maybe he'll reinvigorate this defense. Stranger things have happened. I know there's going to be no Trey Brown yet. I know we're still waiting on that. So that, unfortunately, is going to have to wait for at least a couple more weeks, I think. But yeah, all around, pretty good injury situation. See you guys later. Go Hawks. Let me know what you think.